Wait, what do I need for this? I feel like I'm unprepared. Let me grab a cat. All right, we have a cat. 2 minutes. All right, show me it. Show me the Dargans.
The world has been sundered. It cries out in pain. We must go to its aid. We entrust our ancestral home to you, the Watchers. Let the land slumber, hidden even from our own eyes. You will feel our return in the waking of the land. Then,
Oh, he's sad.
you must light the beacon of Tearhold, lest the path home be lost to us forever.
Open the eyes. So they've been sleeping, but now they're wokage. Dad. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Don't worry, you won't take damage from falling because you're already made of stone. Dude, this guy's a beast. No. Oh, that's a Dargan.
The world is healing. But her fate is yet uncertain. Together, we shall be Azeroth's protectors once again. Here, the new age of dragons shall begin.
Yep. All right. So the leaks were right. Dude, do we get to be stone people?
Dragons!
Dragons.
This is so cool.
No one saw it coming.
No one saw it coming. Carefully kept secret. But seriously, I mean, what did we just see there?
The awakening of the Dragon Isles, the return of dragons, the dawn of a new age. Right, we've seen Rathian searching for his father's legacy, searching for the Dragon Isles. There's a reason why he hasn't been able to find them until now.
The beacon going off, is that summoning the dragons?
It is removing the concealment that had hidden the Dragon Isles from the world, but also beckoning the dragons back urgently in a time of need.
I assume pretty good variety of locales within the Dragon Isles?
Yes, the Dragon Isles, as kind of standard for WoW expansion, consist of 5 zones, 4 standard leveling zones, and a new starter zone that we'll get to in a second.
Can you talk a little bit about how the team found ways to thread the dragon aspects throughout the environments?
The Dragon Isles are a place that is lush and primal, bursting with elemental energy. As Azeroth herself reawakens, those primal forces are expressed throughout the environment, whether it's magma activity, volcanic activity, whether it's the icy wastes of the Azure Span, and each one of those has a connection to a Dragonflight that we've seen before. And it's going to be an amazing place for players to arrive at and explore.
All right, you know I'm going to ask.
Yes, okay, so
Can I be a dragon?
let's start getting into some features here and what Dragonflight means for you as well as just a place. So first off, yes, we have an all-new playable race, the Drakthir race.
Yeah.
This is a draconic race.
Dude.
But dragons in Warcraft.
Okay, so this screenshot
have the
was real.
ability to
Dude,
take
they're not
on
Drakenoids?
humanoid form.
What classes can they be?
They have unique abilities as literally a dragon. That doesn't quite fit any of our existing classes. And so what we're doing is this is not just a new race, but it's also a new class. You know, adding a new race to World of Warcraft, and not just an ally race, is something that we don't do lightly.
Fucking called it.
But telling
Which
this
one?
expansion, this story, so focused around dragons, felt like the perfect time for it. So if you are a Drakthir, you will be the Evoker class. Drakthir can only be Evokers, Evokers can only be Drakthir. And the reason why only a Drakthir could be an Evoker is that an Evoker is really combining the ability to call upon the magic of the different aspects with the unique physical gifts that a Drakthir has, the ability to actually take flight and do an Onyxia
It's not gonna be a
breath over the battlefield, land on the other side.
Yo, that's fucking
knock
sick.
everyone back with a wing buffet, and then unleash your magical abilities.
Yes, please.
That's just not micro
Two
classes.
specializations. They're a hybrid of either range DPS or healer.
Oh,
they wear
perfect.
Mail armor. We figured, you know, with the new hero
Perfect.
classes we've added
That's
over the
fine.
years, we have enough melee. We don't need more of those.
That's fucking sick.
And also, probably don't need any more leather wearers.
The raid leaders are going to love you for that.
Exactly. This is definitely a hero class, and so that means that, you know, like the Death Knights before them or Demon Hunters, they will be starting level 58, and then they're going to have a new starter zone. So they're going to have a slightly different journey into the Dragon Isles as opposed to the rest of us that are sailing there from other parts of Azeroth.
Can you talk a little bit about the customizations? Like what is going to be able to identify my Drakthir character?
Basically anything and everything. You know, skin color, hair color, jewelry, tattoos, other adornments. You can make this character the expression of your identity in Azeroth.
New zone, new class.
Dude, you see that bright green ass
race.
dragon?
Tell us about
That's
some of
me.
the system updates or
So,
features.
of course, the new expansion brings with it, you know, new systems, new features. I think in recent expansions, one of the things we tended to do
Did
is
he
really
say
have
system?
these deep features that were closely tied to a specific expansion that would then get left behind as we moved on. And we've heard loud and clear from players that, you know, it's kind of a bummer to start off every new expansion by leaving a large part of your character behind, by leaving a large part of your progression behind. So this time around, what we're doing is really pouring all of our energy into permanent revamps, overhauls, and improvements to World of Warcraft's core system. Things like our
That's
progression
fucking
systems.
sick.
In this case,
Amen.
our system is something that we want to completely revamp. We want to take a look at our UI. We want to take a look at professions.
So with the talent revamp
Dude,
and the arrival
yeah.
of Classic,
Okay,
did you
that's
learn
good.
anything about how our talents work?
I think seeing a new generation of players play with those talents and work through those talent trees really underscored some of the things that, frankly, we lost when we shifted to the Mists of Pandaria style talents and beyond. A big piece of that was some of just the granularity, the feeling of getting a level and spending a point to customize your character to make yourself a bit better in some specific way. But also, that sense of hybridity that you could have. That's something that we've largely lost. And so the new talent system avoids directly pitting player power throughput choices directly against those sort of utility hybrid choices, because we know that there's always a right outcome there. And
Yep.
we also understand that there's
I'm
a lot
glad
of
those are
strength
real.
in the flexibility of the modern talent system to let players customize their talents for a particular encounter or for dungeons versus PvP, and we don't want to lose any of that.
So John, UI?
Oh my God. Yes, I got this 30-inch monitor trying to keep track of where I am
turn
on the
the mic
map,
down
all
more.
my buffs, and over here, what's going on in chat. It has literally made my eyes go like this. So,
And you're not alone in that. We've made a lot of incremental changes and additions over the years, but really this is a revamp, this is an overhaul. And so we're excited to really modernize the look and feel while staying true to the origins of World of Warcraft. At the same time, we're not looking to take away the sort of power user customization there. Add-ons are still there if you want them, but we want a much better default out-of-the-box experience for all players, new
yeah.
and old alike.
and can I reduce elements, remove elements, if I want to explore the world and see
Ooh.
the beauty of Azeroth?
When it comes to specific elements, as much as possible, we want to let players choose what to show and what to hide so that they can control it themselves.
You mentioned professions. I have a critical question about that.
Yeah, I knew it.
Our approach to professions in Dragonflight is really all about delivering on fantasy and identity as a crafter. And so if you want
While
to be
they're
a
talking
serious
about
blacksmith,
professions.
if you want to be a great leather worker, we want to deliver the ability to invest time and energy into that, become a master crafter, be able to make items that are in demand, interact with the community. One of the big pieces that we want to do to support that is a new work order system to have a bit more convenience than just spamming trade chat all day. But if you are someone, you're not yourself a blacksmith, but you have a bunch of mats and you want them forged into a great sword, you can put that work order up, list your mats, offer a commission, and a skilled blacksmith
I know there's
can come
more, I'm
along
just trying
and
to pay
make you the
attention.
weapon of your dreams.
I think we left out one thing, though. You can be a Drakthir, go to Dragon Isles. Can I have a dragon?
What's the fantasy of dragons if not soaring over the lands? And so we're really excited to introduce a feature that we're calling dragon riding. It's dynamic with everything from momentum to dive bombs, the ability to just sort of build that speed up and feel the world rushing past you in a way that should be much more
Oh, wait.
exciting than traditional flight that we've had
Wait,
available
that
in the
actually looks
past,
fucking cool.
But that's also available for players through a customizable dragon mount right from the start.
So
Flying from the start?
this is a skill you learn over time, right, to become an awesome dragon rider?
Yes, you'll be able to sort of upgrade aspects of your flight, but you will have this new form of flight from the start. And the Dragon Companion that you have is, of course, very thoroughly customizable, which is a new thing for us for mounts. This is not just a generic dragon that everyone has, but a drake that is yours. What do you want its scales to look like, horns, the shape of its head, other attachments, armor pieces, and more. Take your pick.
This is so cool.
So the Dragonflight expansion is going to see players leveling to 70, going to the all-new continent of the Dragon Isles, which consists of 5 zones, 4 standard leveling zones, and a new starter zone for our Drakthir class, as well as a range of systems revamps, such as a new talent system, an overhaul and update to our UI, and an entirely fresh look at professions with more depth than ever before. Also getting around the Dragon Isles is going to come in the form of dragon riding, which lets you customize and upgrade your own mount so that you can fly in a sense from the start. And of course, as with any new expansion, we have a new set of dungeons, a raid,
I'm
and
kinda
much more
bricked
to
up.
come.
We also have an alpha that will be starting up in the future.
Check out our website for more information and keep an eye out for those opt-in signups if you want to help us test out Dragonflight and give us even more feedback to make it better.
We do have a deep dive that follows this.
Oh,
so
excellent.
Please
Thank God.
stay around.
All right. Is that it? Dude, we have a ton to go over. Yeah, okay, that's actually sick as fuck. Okay, we have a ton to go over. Here we go. Okay, so let's finish off the bingo board just to make sure. We did not get a release date at all. That's actually pretty surprising. They didn't even like bring it up. I guess that makes sense. If you're not going to say this year or next year, there's no way you bring it up. Did they say level 70? They did. Warlock will have a very strong spec and they will cry about it. No word of aspect power. No, they showed a picture of Galakron. Okay, they showed a picture of Galakron, but they didn't actually imply that he was like part of the story. They mentioned him. All right, let's hit it. They did not announce BlizzCon, so my tinfoil's fucking ruined. They can still do it though. New class race combos, they did not do that. They did not announce new covenants. They did not announce player housing. They did not remaster an old zone. They did not talk about the Great Vault at all. Although most of this stuff I don't think is off the table. It's just they didn't actually talk about it during this. I think there's a lot of ways that like this is the fact that they did not announce a date, by the way, all but guarantees that this will be in 2023. I think most people would have guessed that the timeline of things would lead them to believe that anyway. Basically, the only reason you would think it would be earlier than that is like cynicism and thinking that Blizzard's just like gonna try to stay on track, even though it's like just totally unreasonable to think that they could have an expansion out in that time. I think it'll be early 2023. Q1 2023 sounds right. Either way, we'll look at that. Let me see if WoW had data mined anything special. Upcoming Primalist Raid tier set concept art. Blizzard has revealed the concept art of the upcoming Primalist Raid tier set for all 13 classes in World of Warcraft Dragonflight. What do you think of this concept art? I mean, looks pretty fucking cool. Like, the art team is always goated. Like, they're always good, so that's nice. You're a bit upset they didn't talk about raids or PvP? Really? I mean, the general idea that they're not going to focus a lot of their efforts into making brand new systems. They're spending a lot of their time revamping and focusing on making the current game better. I'm pretty sure that's just a win, right? Like, that's just good. I'm pretty sure every person who's been playing WoW can identify that that's probably a very good thing. I'm fucking hype about this talent tree. I'm so happy about this talent tree. Just everything about what they said about it, from the concept to what it's replacing and why, just seems fucking awesome. It's also just such an easy avenue for them to add a bunch of things to the game, like Old Covenant stuff that we're losing. That'll be really easy to add it there. You already saw that with Convoke. You better believe that other classes will have that as well. It's not just nostalgia. Like, it just looks fucking insane. Yeah, dude, this is fucking crazy good. It's so good. It's so good. And you saw this too, that like, did you guys see that like these talents with the arrows on them, you can put a point in it and then just press the arrow and it changes the talent to something else. You can have fucking loadouts. Dude, this is so good, man. It's so good. I really, really like this. I think they can do so much with this too. This is going to be like the first thing I fuck around with on beta. Wait, so what is it? Octagons are choices, squares are talents, circles are passives. Oh, octagons are choices, square are talents, and circles are just passives. Oh, dude. Fuck yeah. I mean, I already could have probably guessed that, but that sounds sick. So this, oh, so like right here, are you speccing into a Dispel? Like, you could actually just not have Dispel and on fights where you don't need Dispel? Or like an improved Dispel, I guess? I mean, it looks like you might want to do that anyway, because like to get to here, you kind of need to do that. I don't know if you can go back up the tree. Like, I don't know if you ever didn't want to spec into improved Dispel on like a no Dispel fight. They happen all the time. You'd go like down here. You'd go like down here and then back up to grab these. I wonder if they're going to let Resto Druids kick now, which is like pretty insane. Dude, rip raid bots, man. Dude, raid bots, it's been real. The first day of the expansion, everyone's going to be like simming their new fucking talents. And raid bots is actually, there's going to be like a news story. And it's going to be like local building explodes, trying to figure out the reason. And then we find out it's because wherever the fuck Raidbot servers are located, they're gonna explode. They're going up in flames, man. The amount of possibilities. Man, this is going to be so cool. This has made me so much more happy than anything. Like, honestly, I think it's good for the game, but I don't really care about like the new HUD interface because I'm not going to use this. Like, there might be parts of it that are good and make other add-ons better or whatever, but like UIs have been this good or better for a while. You just need add-ons. I think it's a really good thing for the game because people won't need to have add-ons. You know what's possible though is that you can actually make a weak aura centric UI with base UI, and it could actually run a lot smoother than like Elv UI potentially or weak auras. I think this will really help like a lot of players get better at the game. Really. Like, it's actually crazy to think how much better some people will be at the game just by the game having a natural edit button instead of needing a weak aura or an add-on for that. I'm pretty sure this is gonna reduce the load for a lot of add-ons as well. Dude, I would have never guessed that they just aren't announcing any like new player power system. I would guess that over the course of the long alpha and beta that they'll add one. And I don't think that's bad, by the way. This isn't like a systems madge thing. I'm just trying to think as if they just revamp the talent system and there's nothing outside of dungeons and raids in PvP. Is that enough going on? Maybe it is just talents. Because dragon riding is a system, but it's like you fly around in the open world. It doesn't have to do with your player power. I think player power system is what we're talking about. Tier sets? I mean, tier sets are good. Tier sets aren't really a system. Right, like I guess they're a system. Gear is a system. Remove it. Remove all systems. Yeah, I meant, dude, they're gonna have tier sets from the jump too. That's actually very new. I'm happy. You guys like the profession in crafting shit, right? Because I don't think this is a super important thing. Like, I don't really care about this. I guess item quality could affect me in some way that might be interesting. Like, we might need to actually not have people in the guild craft, but actually hire crafters to make sure we have crafted stuff at a high quality going into a raid, I guess. Or maybe it's going to be easy to do. Who knows? I would like to say that with a total profession rehaul, that professions in crafting will probably just be objectively more relevant than they are now. But I have like no input because I don't think I've crafted anything in like 5 years or had anything that anyone crafted for me really be significant other than what I could just pick up off the auction house. So Maybe we're looking to hire some crafters. We'll see. Man, I fucking love this. I love this, dude. I wonder, what would the WoW Doomers even be mad about this? I feel like this announcement for what it was like, that all seems great. They did say did they ever say the word system? If I was a WoW Doomer, that would make me pretty mad. So basically they're combining two things with this dragon riding stuff. They're allowing you to fly from the beginning of the expansion, but not in the customary way of doing it. It's like through a new way to fly, so you're basically forced to interact with it, but it looks fun. And the reason they didn't let you fly in previous expansions is because they wanted you to actually interact with the environment instead of like actually flying over stuff, which like I thought wasn't a big deal to me, but like a lot of people were actually like, yeah, I actually like doing that for a bit. This kind of does the best of both worlds. This allows you to interact by jumping off high cliffs and swoop under stuff and make it to things, while also being like thematic with the whole area, and lets you go places fast at the same time and find like probably cool ways to get extra speed and make it farther and stuff, which really sounds like really fun. Like that actually sounds fun. And it allows them to make the zones much more vertical because of that. I didn't think I was going to be super into this when they were like, we're announcing a new system called dragon riding. I'm like, all right, this is just like, this actually looks cool. I thought it was just like X system, you know, not good, but it seems good. Okay, I mean, this looks clean. You have your bag here. So just like base UI elements, you have like your stuff to click on over here, which looks like how a lot of cool add-ons make them look. Very updated. Right here, Blizzard added like the super epic griffins alongside them for people with Horde and Alliance flags, but I'm sure those could be removed. I'm sure you can probably alter the amount of buttons that are on these rows. You can turn them off. Excellent. Or if not, you'll just have add-ons that can remove them. They made like the map change seem significant. I think that's like pretty basic, but seems fine. You got like your mail up there, just like normal, like a clickable calendar. That's pretty cool. And then these frames, it's just a very clean green bar, mana, name, level, and that's it. I mean, it looks kind of like X-Pearl, but on purpose. Interesting. I bet there will be ways to make that look different. If you can move these around, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to remove the like upper bar. You can probably remove the little picture. You could probably just make it 2 bars. Because this is like a first iteration of this. I imagine it'll look a lot different over the course of development. This must be the move set of the new class, right? So we got a claw. We got another claw. We have a blue beam. We have a red Fireball. We have actual Breath of Fire. We have Big Beam, also another icon. They're obviously all placeholders. This one is Flight for sure. Maybe they're stealing Dragon's Roar from Warriors. It's happened before. Demon Hunters stole meta from Demolock. At least for the stuff that I talk about on stream every day, that's like exactly what I want to hear. In fact, I didn't even think it was a possibility that they weren't going to announce a new system. I'm so conditioned to just getting a new system every expansion, I know system's a buzzword and can mean a lot of things, but I'm just so conditioned to getting something that majorly changes what we're doing, it's so deeply flawed. A good idea that's deeply flawed and takes forever to figure out. That's brand new and not a revamp of something. Like if you would have asked me before this, if I thought they were going to announce 0 new systems, I would have just been like, nah, there's no fucking way. I would have bet everything that there was another one. And maybe there will be one, but the fact that their focus is not announcing that they're coming up with this new cool thing that's going to change the game. They're just like, hey, we're going to make the current game we have now the bare bones we take into every expansion, and we're just going to make that way better. I also want to point out something else now that we're on this cinematic. If he would have fallen down to the ground and then died, I don't know if rock men die or if you can like put their rocks back together and they're chilling, but I would have quit WoW forever. I like him a lot. I'm attached to him. You guys think the new race is weird? Or is it just because you can't be other things? Like, okay, there's basically 2 philosophies. You can make a new race that a bunch of new classes can be that race, or you can like hyper specialize and do something new and different and cool with the race that is synonymous with a class and have it do things that other races can't do, but it's only for that class. So in a way, I wouldn't really think of the new race as even a race. They just basically think of it as they didn't really release a race. If you just consider the race and the class one thing, which they really are, there isn't a new race. So basically people would just be facepalm that there is not a new race. I think that's fair, I guess, if people really wanted one. It looks stupid. Yeah. Do you think there'll be a new progression system, Azerite, artifacts, or just new talents? I think there's going to be something. Is it possible they release the game with just revamped talents, obviously questing and leveling and all that stuff, and raids, Mythic Plus, PvP, with tier sets available, probably the Great Vault, all that stuff. Like, yeah, like a lot of what the current game is, but just basically revamped talents and nothing else? Is that possible? I imagine there'll be something else, but I'm not like pessimistic enough to say that if they add anything else, it's going to be terrible. I mean, this is definitely the first time they haven't announced some new crazy exciting system that they're excited about. Like when they announced Legendaries and Legion, it was like the huge Pog reveal of the expansion when they announced it. Azerite armor was the thing. Covenant system was the thing. This time, there's no thing. The thing is make the base game better. So do I think there'll be things outside of that? Yeah. But I imagine they're not going to be nearly as impactful as all of the big things that have been kind of bad.